We are back with Wes Hayes from the American Red Cross talking about blood donation and the upcoming WFMY News 2 Summer Blood Drive, which is a week from today. So it's 9 to 6 at Piedmont Hall.
Yep.
All right, so we have people who have been texting in their questions, and you're welcome to text in your questions. Can you still give blood if you don't know what type you have?
Absolutely, and the best part is if you donate with us and download our Red Cross Blood Donor app, in about 3 days we'll tell you your blood type and you'll never have to wonder again.
So that's how I learned of my blood type, was giving blood for the first time at the holiday blood drive, so I understand. All right, can I give blood after getting a tattoo or piercing, or do I have to wait a few weeks?
So we have a general practice of waiting 3 months after a tattoo or piercing. However, that does depend on where you got it. So if you want to check, you call 1-800-RED-CROSS and they can tell you if it's 3 months or if it's a little shorter depending on what state you got it in.
Okay. And that's depending on what kind of rules and stuff that they follow.
Correct.
Okay.
States can be a little different.
All right. I recently spent a week in Peru. How long do I have to wait to donate?
So whenever you do traveling outside of the country, there is going to be some sort of pause, but you're going to want to call 1-800-RED-CROSS and let them know where in it, because it could depend on where in the country you went, how long you were there, and that could depend on how long you have to wait before you donate.
I'm thinking that's going to be the answer to a couple of these other questions that I have, so I'm going to go through a couple of them.
Go for it.
Can I donate if I'm finishing up cancer treatments? I'm just finishing up immunotherapy. Are heart patients on medication allowed to donate?
So the answer is maybe. We're always going to say, though, if you have any specific medical questions, to call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Let them know, because again, it could be what medication specifically you're taking, how long you've been off, how long you've been cancer-free. All of those play a factor to how long you have to wait until you donate.
Yeah, and that 1-800 number is pretty simple, and they're just going to walk you down all of those questions. This person says, is there an age limit to donating?
There is actually no age limit. I was at a blood drive where a 99-year-old man donated one time. Typically speaking, medication, some other things might get you deferred as you get older, but there is no actual age limit.
Interesting. Okay, 99.
Yes, ma'am.
That's impressive. All right, what is the minimum weight?
Typically, it's going to be 110 pounds, but there is a height, weight, gender matrix, so it's always a little bit different, but about 110 is usual.
Okay. Can people with autoimmune diseases donate?
We're typically going to caution against it, but again, you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS just to verify that your situation would defer or not.
All right, and this may be the same answer. I recently had 3 blood transfusions. When can I donate myself? I love that they want to give back.
Absolutely, that's wonderful to hear, and I'm so glad that everything's going well. But yes, you're going to want to call 1-800-CROSS because it's going to depend on when the last one was, how you're doing with why you had it, and those kind of details.
All right, same thing with the person who just texted in that you're a breast cancer survivor, which we're so glad to hear that, and that you did chemotherapy and radiation, you're 5 years finished. So you want to be able to call that 1-800 number too.
Absolutely. There's just so many little details that can play a factor into when you can donate again. It's best to talk to one of our professionals on that.
All right, so this question is, what is the difference between donating blood or donating plasma?
Okay, so actually you can donate blood, plasma, and platelets as different things. As I said, typically the whole blood donation is going to do all of that, but if you do a plasma or platelet donation, it's going to take a little longer. You're going to have to go to one of our fixed sites. We can't do that on the mobiles because it takes a little longer, but we're going to put all the red blood cells back in you and just take more plasma and platelets than we would at a whole blood donation.
Okay, so whole blood donation is what's happening at the summer blood drive.
That's the majority. We also have power reds there, which is for some of our donors that are like O negative, O positive, that weigh a little bit more. They could do that and only donate those red blood cells, and that takes about 10 minutes longer. But like I said, if you're O negative, O positive, B neg, we would love to have you do power reds if you're eligible.
Okay. Some people would like to know, how do I know that, like, if I get a blood transfusion, that the blood is safe?
Absolutely. If you ever donated blood, you'll see that before we start taking the blood or right after you finish giving blood, we're going to fill up 6 vials of blood. Those 6 vials are going to have a barcode on it that's going to match a barcode on your blood bag. Then those 6 tubes are going to be overnighted to one of our testing plants, and it's going to be tested for a whole host of things to make sure that blood was safe. And if there's anything that wrong, even remotely wrong, or something that lightly triggers, that may not trigger in some cases, that's going to send a signal to our site to destroy the blood and don't pass it on.
Gotcha. Okay, we've got like just about a minute. Someone wants to know, what is power red?
Power red, that's exactly right. If you weigh a little bit more than the average donor and you're O neg, A neg, B neg, or O positive, you can donate power reds, and that's just red blood cells. So we're going to get almost, not quite, but almost twice the red blood cells out of you, but we're going to put the platelets back in you, the plasma back in you, and we're going to give you some extra fluid, and that extra fluid usually makes some donors feel better than they do after a normal donation.
And is the power red like something special for the people who get it?
So what I mentioned earlier, the most vital blood out there is really those O neg donors, O positive, and so it gives us a chance to get extra of those by giving you back the platelets and plasma.
Gotcha. All right. Don't forget that the WFMY News 2 Summer Blood Drive is next week. It is from 9 until 6. It's at Piedmont Hall. You can make make an appointment online. We have a link on our website, and we so appreciate that Donation Man was here. Dun, da, da. We hope to see you there next week.